got Pepsis. You have to settle for diet. Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
You don't know by now, I don't watch it.
No, I'm the same way. I tried something earlier this morning when you weren't here, and I was like, I couldn't get anything to work.
Except, it's this one, but
We'll make it work if not. It's good though. See, I feel like even if you had that one, you could get it to not strobe and just stay on one. Do they have a white? Because that's red. I don't know if they have different colors. That one. Oh, it's yeah,
no,
it's
it
fine.
won't just, if we get the spotlight, then I'll turn
What's
this
this
on.
spotlight?
Huh?
What's this spotlight?
I can't see that far. Is that one inside that box?
Yeah, hopefully.
Sun like.
Oh,
Bring
that's
that
the
speaker
spotlight.
out of your way. And it's right here.
Oh, okay.
Does it say spotlight back there?
Oh, there we go.
What's that look like? What's it toward the wall? I can't explain it.
Thank you. I know we're a needy bunch.
That's what you and me both.
Hello, hello, hello. Can anybody hear me? Is there anybody out there? Isn't that a song? So we want to welcome this really festive crowd to the 2026 Oak Ridge Boys and Girls Club Reverse Raffle. We have a lot of distinguished dignitaries here. I think I saw Representative Rick Scarborough. Rick, can you raise your hand? We appreciate all you do. Mayor Warren Gooch. Mayor Gooch. Mayor Gooch is somewhere around here if he'll raise his hand. There he is. Thank you, Mayor. We've got Sheriff Russell Barker. Russell, if you'll raise your hand, please. And then we have City Councilman Charlie Hensley. Charlie. And then we have a lot of candidates for different elected positions. We have Jarrell Cook or Gerald Cook. We have Aaron Wells. Aaron. We have Derek Guy. And then we have City Council race Joe Gaddis. Joe's a longtime Wildcat coach, athletic director. And I don't know if we have any others here or not. I know Denise Palmer bought a ticket, but I don't know if she was able to make it. Aaron Webb is here. Yeah, school board. How could I forget her? Are there any other people that I missed? I apologize if I did. And we also have a special person here that we've never announced before. Mr. Hahn, you'll have to attest to this, but it's my understanding that the first person you ever signed up to join the Boys Club was Johnny Adkins. Is that correct? Well, he happens to be right back there in that booth. Raise your hand, Johnny. You need to come up here and say hi to Mr. Hahn. We were just talking about you on Wednesday. Mr. Hahn and I had some coffee, and he mentioned your name then. But we want to welcome everybody here. It's a great event, fundraiser to raise money for the Boys and Girls Club that does a great job for our community and all the different kids that are in need, and we're so happy to help. And it's a fun event, a good way to raise money. So the food is now ready, is what I'm told. So the bar is open, so everybody make themselves get something to drink. The food is open, so if everybody would please go make themselves a plate. Then we'll get this thing started. They're in the process of entering all the last tickets into the computer. And once they get them all entered, they will, wait a minute. Yeah, if we could try to let the elderly and go first. I don't know, they may or may not want to. If they show up front, let them break line. Ralph, that includes you. So anyway, everybody make themselves home, get up there and get something to eat, and let's all have a good time. We hopefully, let's see, I've got at 7, we're going to take about a 30-minute break to let everybody eat and get a couple of drinks, and then we'll get this show on the road. So have fun. Thank you for being here. Okay. Here I am once again making racket up here. We look like there's still people making themselves through the food line. We are slowly but surely getting all the final tickets input. Michelle Keever, we certainly appreciate all your hard work down there, and Terrell Smith, James Powers. I want to thank Alex Myers and David Clary for streaming this event for us. Alex, raise your hand. And now I'm going to introduce Tiffany Malone and Alex Myers. If y'all would come up here for a moment. Is Tiffany somewhere around? Okay, Alex Myers is the president of the Boys and Girls Club of Oak Ridge. He is what we call the new squarehead, Mr. Hahn's protege. So come on over here, Alex. I'm going to let you say a few words and introduce Tiffany Malone. And so here's Alex.
Thank you. Just want to say thank you for everyone coming. You talked about Mr. Hahn being in the building. It's a tremendous opportunity that we have. So many of you in this crowd grew up in what was then the Boys Club and now the Boys and Girls Club. Erin Webb, the CEO before me, she's in the house, so make sure and thank her because she's done so much and continues to do as a member of our board a lot. Thank you guys for being here. Without community support, without people like you who are willing to give time, give effort, give resources, and support events like this, we simply could not operate as we do and serve the children and the families of this community. So thank you for being here, and please, whatever you do, enjoy yourself and have a great time tonight, and good luck. I didn't know if I was introducing, but I'm now going to introduce Tiffany Malone. Tiffany is our new board president. She took over earlier this year, so she's in year one of a 2-year run as our board president, and Tiffany would not say this about herself, but I will. She has done a tremendous job of rallying the troops, really making sure collectively we're all doing everything we can as individuals, as a board, as a club. She's had a tremendous impact, even though it's just been a few short months. So Tiffany, thank you for what you've done for our club, and thank you for what you've done for me personally in my role. So Tiffany, I'll let you say a few words.
So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Tiffany Malone, and it is my pleasure to be the Boys and Girls Club chair for 26 through 28. The Boys and Girls Club has been a staple in my family's life since I moved here in 2004. So my oldest son went and came through the Boys and Girls Club, and now I have 2 boys who are 10 and 12 that's going through the Boys Club. Being a part of the board allows me to see all the things that you guys do as a community to make sure that we can provide for our youth and to make sure that they have all the things they need. So thank you guys so much for pouring into our youth and providing them all the things that they need by just showing up and giving donations. On behalf of the board, we say thank you. I say have a good time, and I hope one of you win, because it can't be me. Have a good night.
Thank you, Alex and Tiffany. Let's get a picture up here. A thorn and a rose. Alex is the thorn, obviously. Tiffany's the only person that had to ask that question. Okay, our next event, and Mr. Hahn, wake up Mr. Hahn over there, Joe. All right, Mayor. Mayor, we're going to have to get your attention for just a second. So if I could get everybody's attention, I don't know if everybody in here knows it, but there's a special day on Tuesday, and that day happens to be Mr. Hahn's 92nd birthday. And so I want everybody here to reach out and give a big round of applause for Mr. Hahn's 92nd birthday. Should we sing happy birthday or just clap? Let's go ahead and sing. Everybody, I'll start it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lauren. Happy birthday to you and many more. Hey, Mr. Hahn, we've had, of all the people in the world to ask that you make a toast, is James Powers. Are you up to it? Can we get a remote mic, or do we not have any? Hey, can you have a mic? Let's just do it right here. Okay, there's a famous toast that Mr. Hahn has given to all of us for many, many, many years. And James Bowers really dislikes it, but he loves Mr. Hahn, so he's asked him to share it with us. All right, here's Mr. Hahn.
I'm not sure I can remember it. I forgot so many things, but I'll do my very best because I know that James Powers wants to hear it. Here's to how and here's to when. If I said when, I could have meant how, because I've known how since God knows when. I think that was it.
That's it. That's perfect. That was perfect, and we certainly are thankful of you being our surrogate father for half the guys in here and half the grandchildren in here, and we all love you.
Well, I want to say thank you to everyone that's here. I appreciate your concern for the Boys and Girls Club. Let's keep it going because there's not a more needed thing in this city than to take care of our boys and girls. I'll do what I can. Thank you.
What year did you start the Boys Club, Mr. Hahn? 1958. Well, that was special. Okay, at this point in time, it looks like the line is still going, but we're going to try to start winding things towards a stop. So we're going to make a last call for the sale of any other tickets. If anybody else wants to split a ticket or buy a ticket, let us know. I don't know if James is still running around selling tickets. If Aaron is still selling, Aaron Wells, are you still selling tickets? He's trying. So anybody up there that wants to divide tickets, they got $10 to have 10 of you split one, 5 of you split it, however you want to do it. Anybody wants to split, Aaron's got tickets in his hand. The money goes to a good cause. Okay, I'm going to let the line go through a little bit more, and I'm going to go down here and check with Michelle to see if she's got everything punched into the computer system, and then we're going to try to get this thing started before too long. So they're finishing up getting the tickets entered into the computer to make sure everything's vetted and audited and in there properly. And I thought I would take this opportunity. We've got Rick Scarborough here. Here's our state representative. We don't have Randy McNally tonight, but we've got the second best. That's Rick Scarborough, and he's the best in our hearts. So here's State Representative Rick Scarborough.
Thank you, Jimmy. All right, I'm going to be brief. He's asked me once if I'd speak, and I said, no, I'm not going to speak. You can't ask a politician twice and give him a microphone without him saying yes. So I'll take the second invitation. I called Jimmy last week, and I was like, what can I do to help the Boys and Girls Club in Oak Ridge? Because you're one of the foundational keystones of what they do here in Oak Ridge. And Mr. Hahn is amazing. The affection everybody has for Mr. Hahn is unprecedented, and you can't in Oak Ridge in this area, and I can't say enough about him. But if I can help you when it comes to kids, don't hesitate to come see me. Like anybody else, we're always going to help kids, regardless of what we're doing. We won't get much right when it comes to things in Nashville. We're pretty good about screwing things up, to be honest with you. When it comes to kids, please make sure you reach out to me. I'll be happy to help. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you very much. And we also have another fella in here that he's one of the guys that comes down to the Christmas tree farm, Christmas tree lot, and helps us sell trees. He's always giving Mr. Hahn a hard time, pulls him over every chance he gets. I think one time he had Dave Clark, and they both pulled him over, and Mr. Hahn wasn't quite sure what we were doing. But anyway, Sheriff Russell Barker, he's a big supporter of the Boys and Girls Club. He's been a great sheriff for Anderson County, and he's going to say a few words.
If I could get everybody's attention, please. I need everybody's attention, please. Even in the back. Joe Roberts. Shh. Where you at? Okay. All right. I'd like to welcome everybody for jury duty. Thank you for coming. We figured out that it was easier to combine it with this to get you guys in, because you always come up with great excuses on why you can't come. So if everybody raise your right hand. So the Boys and Girls Club is incredible. Of course, you guys know this, and the dedication that I see from the volunteers and everyone who works is just unbelievable. The most amazing thing is James Powers. If you know James Powers, raise your hand. Then you know what I'm about to say is the truth. James is famous for telling the truth one time, then lying his way out of it, right? Look, I think it's worth noting on a night like this that James just got his driver's license reinstated. And he graduated tops of his driving school. We were so proud of him. I mean, he studied and studied. No, but out of all honesty, guys, you do incredible work, and it's important. And Mr. Hahn and his wife are incredible ambassadors, and I can't say enough good things. Thank you guys for having us tonight.
Thank you, Sheriff. We are very fortunate to have such good leaders in our county and in our city, and Rick actually lives in Oak Ridge, so he's an Oak Ridger now. We're making progress, Michelle. We're still moving forward, right? We just have to make sure we do this right, and that computer program makes you go through a lot of hoops to make sure that it's drawn out properly. Unfortunately, we can't expedite it any faster than we can, so we do the best we can. I will tell a story that Randy McNally told me Wednesday morning. He said he was in class with Mike Ritter. I don't know how many of y'all know Mike Ritter. But Ritter was in Spanish class, and Ritter didn't study. So they had a pop quiz that day. And when they got there, they were supposed to give the Spanish word for whatever the English word was. And the first word was pajamas. And Ritter had no idea what pajamas was in Spanish, so he just wrote LPJs. And so then he wrote a couple other things. I think there was something about cookie, and he said El Cookio. And every word was some L or Los or something. So then at the end of the pop quiz, the teacher went back and graded them all, and he brought it back, and he goes, look at Mr. Ritter. He was funny, wasn't he? And he read Ritter's answers. And then he goes, but look at what's on the top of his paper now, El Flunkio. So that was a funny story. We're going to wind down. I think the food is about over. If everybody wants to get another drink, we're going to try to get this thing started here in the next few minutes. I apologize for the delay, but we can only move to make sure it's all done properly as fast as we can go. They're still turning in tickets. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'll get back up here and speak a little bit more. I promise you we're doing our best to get things started. We had a little glitch in the auditing of the program. They've gone back and got it figured out. We're on the last leg. It'll be perfect once they get it done. I do have an additional good news though. I've got my son Elliot here and my daughter-in-law Jen that celebrate their second wedding anniversary tomorrow, but that's not the big news, is that my first grandson is due in the next 2 weeks anytime. So we'll have another Norman generation started in Oak Ridge. I'm glad to see people clapping. I thought we might get some boos. But we're excited.
He said he's not even been to a practice. All he could say is I already asked him. Trying to drag everyone trying to get
While we wait, I want to also throw out a big thank you to Okies for sponsoring this deal, for allowing us to use their facilities and putting on what a great program this has been. The food is wonderful. The bar is wonderful. The amenities are wonderful. Monk's a longtime friend of mine, a longtime Oak Ridger, and he's involved in everything, and we appreciate you. We've got Aaron and is it RJ? LJ, Aaron, all the whole group back there serving. If you all, I know it's all open bar and open food, but if you feel compelled to, they certainly do appreciate tips. So if you want to throw a little extra money in the tip jar, they would very much appreciate it. And hopefully we'll get started here very shortly. Monk, throw up your hand so we'll know who's turning this place around and making it live again. It's really good. We appreciate you. It is okay for me to call you Monk, isn't it? Okay, Erin Webb up here helping again. She always helps, kicks in whenever we need. I think we're finally ready to get this thing started. Michelle Keever, we just want to thank you and Terrell again for going through all the auditing and make sure we have this done properly. A few announcements real quick. The drawdown software that we use is provided by Prominent Technologies. They provide this service to many Boys and Girls Clubs around the country, and as well as a lot of other 501c3 and nonprofit organizations. They've been thoroughly vetted, and we are sure that this is a truly fair, is everything good? A truly fair and proper drawing. The first ticket drawn tonight will be given the opportunity to get their money back or to re-enter the drawing. Prizes will be given for every 50 tickets drawn. We will take a break when we get down to 10. When we get down to 10, we'll kind of make sure we're reconciled. If all the people that are in the group of 10 want to split, they can. If it takes an absolute, everybody has to agree to it. If one person does not want to split, then we do not split. We continue drawing until we get down to a group that everybody wants to split, or we get down to the last ticket. This is a big announcement. So some people like to give their money, donate their money to the Boys Club, and we certainly appreciate it if they do. If you want to donate your money to the Boys Club, I've got some feedback from somewhere. If you want to donate your money to the Boys Club, you just do not claim your money after 30 days. If you have not claimed your money from the Boys Club, it is forfeited to the Boys Club, and there are no consequences related thereto, except for a big thank you from the Boys and Girls Club. So I think we're about to get started. Once again, Tiffany, we appreciate all your hard work. And look at this crowd. Let's give ourselves a big hand. This is a big crowd. It's a great crowd. James Powers came up to me a couple of weeks ago and he said, "I'm afraid we're not going to have a good turnout." I said, "You don't know what you're talking about." And I say that to him quite often, though, because he doesn't. Are we ready? All right, we're going to draw the first ticket. The first ticket is number 186, Austin Bradford. Is Austin Bradford here? Is Austin Bradford here? So Austin Bradford is out. And he's not here, so he'll put him back into the drawing. The next ticket, Marcia Zolliger. Marcia Zolliger, everybody knows Marcia. Marcia has been around Oak Ridge forever. She and Bill supported the Boys Club, supported all the high school teams. She was the photographer for a bunch of teams. We appreciate her, but she's off the board. Ike Rogers, 237. Ike, I'm sorry, Ike, but you're out of here. Oh, that's Mike Rogers. I wondered why Mike was raising his hands back there. You're off the board. Well, we appreciate you. Next is 139, Janet Atkinson. Janet, you're off the board. Next is number 228, David and Deborah. I'm not sure that's correct, but that's what it says on the ticket. So they're off the board. Keith Newport, number 105. It's Keith Newport or Dana Newport's what I used to know him by. Keith's been around forever. He's one of Mr. Hahn's boys, and we love him and appreciate him. David Jones, number 269. David, we appreciate you, but you're off the board. Walsh Lambeth, number 90. Walsh Lambeth. Lambeth is no longer on the board. Lightman, number 142. Lightman has burned out his light. Oh no, I'm in trouble now. Number 265, Margot Krakowiak. Margot Hart to some of you, but Margot Krakowiak is off the board. Gwen Black. Gwen Black, number 97. Gwen, sorry about it. You're off the board. Matt Jernigan, number 205. Matt, you're out of here. These Cook boys normally win, but John Cook is not going to win this year. Number 80, John Cook. Hetz, one of my best friends in the world, David Hetzel. Number 32 is his number, but he lost this year. Bill and Erica Hickson. Bill and Erica Hickson, number 226, they're out of here. Number 268, Laura Williams. Laura Williams and I were in kindergarten together, so you know she looks a lot better than I do, but we're the same age, hard to believe. Charlie and Lisa Adkins, number 223. The Adkins have been around and helped us for a lot of years. We appreciate them. Viveka Shaw, number 147. Miss Shaw is off the board. 155, Amy Evans. Amy is off the board. Number 41, Mike Ritter. Mike Ritter, he's one of my good friends. He's a good lawyer, good friend. He's been around forever. He's the one I told the story about El Flunkio earlier. Jason Fisher, number 69. Jason, we appreciate you. Better go fishing because you're not going to win the raffle. 106, Tom Walker. Walker, going to have to start walking. 46, Jeff and Mike. Jeff and Mike, off the board. 100, Dana Hudson. They thought that was a lucky number. It wasn't. Oh goodness, my good friend Beth Palmer. She always wins something, and she's the 50th drawing number winner. So Beth, you win a door prize that you'll have to come up here and get. Do we want to keep drawing? We want to let her come up and get her prize. There she comes. All right. So number 22 is our next number, Rick and Molly Scarborough. Rick spoke earlier as our state representative. We appreciate everything he does for us. He said, I've got to go as soon as I leave. Molly's at home waiting on me. So we appreciate you being here, taking your time out to support the Oak Ridge Boys and Girls Club. And I appreciate you making the call to tell us that you'll help us in any way you can. And thank you for all you do. Anna Taubenheim. Anna Taubenheim, 188. Sorry, Anna. Number 276, Fred Berry. Fred Berry was a longtime member of the board of directors, a great doctor. He served Oak Ridge for many, many years. And Fred's not here tonight, but he has done so many good things for us. We just love him and appreciate him. Well, Fred, he bought a bunch of tickets. He always does. But he's off the board twice in a row. Candace Roy, number 146. Candace Roy. Sorry, Candace. Bradley Zolliger. Bradley played football with Elliott, and Bradley's a great kid. He's doing well, and we're all proud of him, and he's off the board. The sheriff. Where is the sheriff? Uh-oh. He's going to set up roadblocks. No, he's not. The sheriff is off the board. Sorry, Russell. Oh, wait a minute. He's filing an appeal. We better get some sort of lawyer up here. Oh, wait, I'll represent us.
I'm sorry, folks, but we're going to have to shut this thing down. We'll let you know if you won. Talk about cheating. Whew. Coach Stevens, raise your hand. I forgot to mention Coach Stevens. He coached out at Clinton in the 80s. No. And I played on that 86 team, and I thought my position was ass back, because every time I ran onto the field, Coach Stevens said, Barker, get your ass back over here.
And that's why Coach Stevens is such a good coach. He kept the people that had no talent off the field. We appreciate you, Sheriff. but you're off the board. Number 57, Richard Hall. Richard Hall, Dr. Hall was a great supporter of the club, president of the club, gave a lot of money to the club, did a lot of the good things for the club, but he's off the board. Laura Butts, 221. Laura Butts, she has to get her butt off the board. Chris Cook. I went over there a minute ago and I saw that Gerald had a table that said Cook's table, and I said, that's the chef's table. What are you sitting here for? He's off the board. Mike Ritter once again. Ritter's crazy, but he's off this particular ticket. He'll be back on here again. Ramsey Walsh. Ramsey Walsh. Walsh is walshing off the board. Debbie Polson Harmon. Number 208. Sorry, Debbie. Johnny Alley. Johnny Alley, we appreciate you, but you got to go out to the alley to look for the money because it's not coming from the board. Number 173, Woodland Boys. I don't know who the Woodland Boys are, but there's a lot of them. Oh, look at them up there. Sissom and Werner, and there looks like there's a bunch of them up there. It's a bunch of hooligans, so you better watch out. Check your wallets. No, they're great guys. Well, Gerg Werner. Hey, Gerg. I know your brother Greg. Sorry you're off the board. Ben Thomas. Ben called me up this afternoon and said, Jimmy, can you still get me a ticket? And I said, sure. I appreciate him donating $100. Mike Morris. Mike Morris. Man, where? That didn't sound good. Sorry about that. You need to buy more tickets. Austin Bradford. Austin Bradford. Sorry about that. You're going to have to go to the Bradford Exchange for money. Russ Barger. Is Russ Barger in the house? Somebody said they saw him. I haven't seen him. Russ Barger's a good golfer, been around Oak Ridge forever. The Barger family supported the Boys and Girls Club for a lot of years, but he's off the board. Greg Fritz. Mr. Fritz, I'm sorry, but you're off the board. I see Doug Gwynn up there with his shirt that nobody can recognize. He tries to stay incognito. See the guy up there in the wild-looking shirt? That's the incognito Doug Gwynn. Jimmy Cogdell. Cogdell, he ran the car dealership here in Oak Ridge forever. He's got a car dealership down in Lenore City now, Loudoun County. Cogdell Dodge, but he's off the board. Robert Williams. Robert's married to Laura, who's my kindergarten friend, and Robert grew up in the Boys and Girls Club, and he's now working as an electrician for the Electricians Union, but he's off the board. C4. That must be a parking bass. I guess one of the UT parking basses bought a ticket. We appreciate it. They got so much money they can afford it. Fred Berry, I told you earlier, Dr. Berry's a great supporter of the club, but he's out of here. Jeremy and Jack. Jeremy and Jack are going to have to skip away. Dixie. Well, that's I know Dixie. Dixie was our Labrador. That was James's ticket. We miss Dixie, and we miss her being on the board. I can't win. Johnny Atkins, first guy to ever join the club, is off the board. Fred Berry again. Sorry, Fred. We love you, Dr. Berry. Crystal Howard. Crystal Howard's going to have to look for her crystal ball elsewhere. Cade and Jordan Young. Cade. I got a brand new baby. There's their brand. Look over there, Kenton and Donna's grandbaby. The Caden and Jordan are over there, and we love you bringing the grandbaby down here. Those future generations, the Youngs have been around this city forever. Donna and Kenton, we used to buy deli sandwiches from them at Time Out Deli in Grove Center back in the 70s. But we appreciate all you do for Oak Ridge, but you're off the board, Cade. Hester Jernigan, number 166. Hester, sorry, but you're off the board. Jared, man, bummer. Cook, y'all aren't as lucky this year so far, but I'm sure you got more tickets. Sorry. Liz Frisano. Liz Frisano. Sorry, Liz, you're off the board. Sonia Hatfield, number 131. Sonia Hatfield, you're off the board. Matt Dyriff. I think that they just put these hard-spelled names on here for me to try to pronounce them. My enunciation's not always perfect, and it's certainly not on some days. But Matt, you're off the board. Mark and Susan Sin. Mark and Susan been around Oak Ridge forever. I worked with their mother at the Oak Ridger back in the 70s. And Mark does a lot of development, does a lot of housing, building now, but we appreciate him, do a lot for Oak Ridge, and they're off the board. Moose. Moose is our grand cat, and he's going to be very surprised here shortly when baby boy Norman joins the world. He's not going to know what to do. He's been spoiled rotten. But Moose will adapt. He's off the board. Joey Anderson. Joey, the Anderson family supported Oak Ridge and the Boys Club forever. Mike Anderson was a stole-heart. He gave Mr. Hahn free coffee every day and said he stole it. But anyway, Joey's off the board. We appreciate him. Chris Corbin, where are you, Chris? Chris is here somewhere. Chris has done a lot. He built the pavilion up there at the Boys Club. He's got, at the tailgate at the high school game. He's doing a lot of good things to help the high school football program and baseball program and different programs. We appreciate him, but he's off the board. Billy Roberts, where's Billy? There's Billy. He's up there with all those hooligans and the Woodland boys. We love you, Billy. Casey McClure. Casey, he's one of our golfing buddies. He's got a big company here in Oak Ridge, supports everything he's involved in, but he's off the board. Dr. Barry, once again, he gives lots of money to the club, but he doesn't win any. He did win last year, and he donated it all back to the club anyway. Kelly Dry. Kelly Dry's pocket has run dry. No money from the board. David Sissom. We liked his name so much we gave it to him twice. D-Day, you here? I don't know if he's here or not. His nickname was D-Day growing up, but he's off the board. Lauren and Monty Hart. Lauren and Monty Hart off the board. Johnny B and Jeremy H. Hey, Johnny B. Johnny B. Johnny B. Johnny, raise your hand. Johnny B was an all-state linebacker on the 79 state championship team, played college football, did all those great things. And he's my dentist, and I love him. But he's off the board. Charlie and Lisa Adkins. Charlie and Lisa, I'm sorry, but you're off the board. Haidemi Void. Haidemi Void. You are the, no, that's the next one. Sorry, Haidemi. Mackey. Dr. McMahon. Mackey, I don't know if any of y'all know the Cletus McMahon. Cletus McMahon was an orthopedic surgeon. He was the team doctor for Oak Ridge High School football for many, many years. He's done surgery on half the older people in here. So he's the 100th drawing winner. He wins a prize. He's not here, but we'll figure out some way to get it to him. Mr. Hahn, did you sell that ticket to Mackey? Mr. Hahn, you know if Mr. Hahn sells you a ticket, you're special. He didn't sell me one. Number 194, Hot Rod. Oh, Hot Rod's going to have to drive out of here. Matt and Jen Bowers. Matt and Jen Bowers. Sorry, Matt and Jen. The Scarborough 85 Foundation. I'm going to tell you something. This is a wonderful foundation. Oak Ridge is blessed to be the first integrated school in the Southeast. And we didn't get recognized at first. They had to Clinton, but they finally figured out that we were actually the first one. And we have this foundation we have this huge, wonderful new, do what? Monument being built. It's going to be unbelievable. It's interactive. It's wonderful. It's very nice. And I just can't thank. Where's John Spratlin? John, raise your hand. John Spratlin is a big supporter of the Scarborough 85 Foundation, and you just can't thank all he does. I've loved John for a lot of years, and I love him even more for the Scarborough 85 Foundation. Thank you for all you do. Ron Murch. Ron Murch was our General Sessions judge for 20-something years. He was a president. He was on the board for many years. He's a great guy, but he's off the board. Tom Tuck. Where's Tom Tuck? Tom Tuck was the one who started Ten Bank in Oak Ridge. He's been the president of Ten Bank, been the chairman of Ten Bank. He is Ten Bank, but he was also, back in the 60s, when they had the playgrounds in the summer, they had summer playgrounds at each elementary school. And I was at the elementary school at Elm Grove, and you had a coach and a coaches. And Tom Tuck was my coach one year. So I've known him for a long time, and we love Tom Tuck. Jessica. Now that could be a whole lot of people, so I'm just going to say, Jessica, you're off the board. Jan West, oh Jan, she's been around forever too. Jan, we love you and appreciate you, but you're off the board. John Daniels, I mean the only John Daniels I know. I got my very first sport coat from John Daniels in Knoxville. Probably not the same place, but John Daniels is off the board. Look at that baby back there. That's the young baby. That's the granddaughter of Donna and Kenton, and she's so pretty. Youngest person here. She wins the youngest here award this year. 148, Carl Malvo. Sorry, Carl. Oh, goodness. Sam Krakowiak. Sam's he played up football at Oak Ridge. I've known him forever. He's a great football player. He's a great friend. He's done well, but he's off the board. Gary Mullins. Gary Mullins is another one of those guys that's given so much to the club. You know, if you're number 9, that you're one of those special boys of Mr. Hahn's. Gary, I never will forget when we negotiated to get the old Atomic Museum there beside the Boys Club, which is now a parking lot. We had to figure out how to tear down a 55,000 square foot building. That was one of the conditions that we did to get the building. And we called Gary Mullins and said, Gary, you think you can make this happen? He goes, sure. Next thing we know, the building was gone, and now we have this wonderful land beside the club that not many people know that story, but Gary was very instrumental of it. James was very instrumental in it. We all did a lot of work to do it. John Cowley. John Cowley. Sorry, John. Dr. Barry, once again, a big supporter, but he's off the board. John Jay. The only John Jay I knew was John J. Hooker. And John J. Hooker ran for office for many years. I think he sued the state more than anybody. Gene Bonner. Gene Bonner, sorry. Tim Isbell. Tim Isbell does a great lot. He's great for Oak Ridge and Anderson County, and we appreciate all Tim does. Sons of Sunbright. Well, Mr. Hahn, your sons are off the board. I don't know if everybody knows this. Mr. Hahn was born and raised in Sunbright, population 43, and when he was born, they had 44, and it was a big celebration. No, there was a lot more than that. I asked Mr. Hahn how they had a football team, and he said we had 11 players, and first thing coach said was you can't get hurt. So anyway, sorry, Mr. Hahn. Ellery Harvest. Ellery, I've known Ellery forever. He's a good guy. Ellery's off the board. Chantel. Chantel, you off the board. The Booze Crew. The Booze Crew, who's that? I don't know. They better go drink and drown their sorrows. Bobby Joe. Bobby Joe. Sorry, Bobby Joe. Jimmy Cogdell. Once again, Jimmy, he's done a lot for the club, but he's off the board. Travis Wilson. Travis, thank you, but you're off the board. Johnny Atkins. Johnny's off the board again. He had the number 1 membership card, but he didn't end up with the number 1 drawing card. The Big Ed. I don't know, all of y'all know Big Ed. I don't even have to talk about Big Ed, but I was fortunate to work for Big Ed back years and years ago and listen to him, and he was unbelievable. But he's off the board. Susan Hyde. Susan Hyde. Sorry, Susan. Douglas and Big. I don't know who Big is, but Douglas, you and Big are off the board. Katie Salter. Katie Salter, you're off the board. The Snake. I don't know what you do to get the name The Snake, but the Snake is slithering out of here. Dick Henson. Dick, I'm sorry, Dick, but you're off the board. I know Dick, he's a good guy. Robert. Hey, Robert Cook. Man, I'm sorry, Robert. Not a winner this year, but we love you. RDC. RDC is off the board. I don't know what to say about initials. Lee Atkinson. Lee's another one of those longtime Oak Ridgers who done a lot for the club, but Lee's off the board. Ken Morocco. Ken, sorry, you're going to have to play your maraca. Randy and Mirand Roy. Sorry, you're off the board. Randy and Mirand England. Now, that's kind of weird. But two different people with the same, different last names, but they're both off the board. They're all four off the board. John and Donna Fortstrom. Donna has done a lot of things. John's done a lot of things. Lucas is out at the club now. We grew up with him, but they're off the board. Marvin Hatcher, old Marvin. I don't know if any of y'all know Marvin, but he does a lot of roofs, windows, gutters. Good fella, but he's off the board. Thing 1. I wonder if we're going to have a thing 2. But thing 1 is out of here. Johnny B. Where's Johnny B? Johnny B has disappeared. Oh, he's at the bar. Imagine that. We love Johnny B. He takes care of us, but he's off the board. Law Dog. Now, everybody knows who Law Dog is. Probably not. They do if I say his name, though. That's Mike Farley. Farley's a good lawyer, great guy, good friend. He's off the board. Jeremy Biggs. Where is Jeremy? Jeremy's not here. Well, he's off the board. Sonia Hatfield. Uh-oh, the sheriff's wandering around. That always makes me nervous. He looks like he's got a warrant in his hand. Fred Berry. Dr. Berry's always great, but he's out of here. Fred Berry again. Lord have mercy. Sorry, Fred. Meredith Shropshire. Sorry, Meredith. Dick Hall. Dick Hall's been around forever, graduated the year ahead of me. I'm going to turn my back because I don't see the sheriff with that warrant. But anyway, here he is, the sheriff coming up again.
If I could get everybody's attention for one last time. Normally I'm famous for doing an Irish goodbye, but I'm about to leave, and I'm asking everybody to wave as I take a selfie. And then after that, I will be like Coach Gaddis's belly button. I'll be outie.
So he thinks they say an Irish goodbye, but they really say, I wish you'd go goodbye.
Everybody wave! Yeah!
Woo! Sheriff, we appreciate you.
Yeah, awful.
Anyway, Dick Hall's off the board. Tom Hall. Sorry about that, Mr. Hall. Chris Corwin. Where are you, Chris? We appreciate you. Wow. Chris Corwin, you aren't just out of here. You were the 150th drawing winner. Chris, if you'll come up here, we'll give you a prize. Are you still here? There he is. Chris was the class of 89. They always tried to be as good as the class of 80, but they never could quite make it, so he built a pavilion. All right, he's going to get Stan Cooper, one of his classmates from the class of 89, is going to help him pick out a prize. Thank you, Chris. Tommy White, number 42. That was his number he won on the 1979 state championship football team. He's an appraiser here in town. We love him, but he's off the board. Ed Hudson. God, Ed's been around forever. Is Ed here? Thank you, Ed. Richard Sackett. Mr. Sackett, you're off the board. Jonathan Alley, another one of our elected officials. We appreciate you, Jonathan, but you're off the board. Richard Hall. Dr. Hall, he was, like I said, he went to National Boys and Girls Clubs Convention. He bought Mr. Hahn a drink one time, I think, but he's a great guy. He's off the board. Rick and Molly Scarborough. Representative Scarborough, he spoke earlier. Molly, I knew Molly in high school. The Hoskins family runs the Hoskins drugstore across from the courthouse. They're great people, but they're off the board. Chloe. Where are you, Chloe? There she is. Chloe Palmer. Look at her up there. She's sad now. She was happy until now. She's off the board. Johnny B. Johnny B, you're off the board, buddy. James Woody. The Woody family, if it's the same Woody family, I think it is, has done a whole lot for the club, did the golf tournament for years, but they're off the board. Robert Carden. Robert Carden's off the board. Where's little shit? I mean, where's Tim? There he is. How you doing, Tim? Sorry, you're off the board. Johnny B, you're out of here again, man. You ran into a streak of bad luck. Mike Presley, where is Mike? Mike is another one of those that supported us. We love him. Hey, Johnny, while I got your attention, Johnny B. Hey, Johnny B, I need to get that crown put on in the morning. What time we gonna meet? Presley's off the board. Dean's, I sold this ticket to Dean Russell. Has everybody, how many of you ever eaten at Dean's? Dean's is good. He works hard. He's off the board. Casey Keever. Uh-oh. I'm sorry. Michelle does a whole lot for the board. She can't win, but Casey could have, but Casey's off the board. Robert Gillis. And Merle, I'm remiss for when I mentioned Michelle not to mention Merle, because Merle is right there helping with everything too. So we appreciate them. Robert Gillis, you're off the board. Chris, you won one prize. I don't know if you'll win any more, but hopefully you will. Love Hammer 2. I don't know what that means, but it's kind of scary. Love Hammer 2's off. John Tripp, everybody knows JT. JT's off the board. David and Alan Coe, I guess. I don't know. I like their music if it's David and Alan Coe. Probably not. Dana and Doug are off the board. Jeanette Riddle's going to have to tell some jokes. Jake Martin, is Jake here? Jake's bought Lewis Electric and running Lewis Electric now. He was the city electrical inspector forever, and we all love Jake, appreciate all he does, but he's off the board. Jason Vowell's going to have to start saying consonants. Joe Gaddis, where's Joe go? Joe still here? Joe is our football coach. He's a great guy. We all love him. Won a 91 state championship here at Oak Ridge. We beat him in 79 when he was at Jackson Central Mary. He's now the athletic director for Oak Ridge High School, and we appreciate all he does. Bobby Fisher. The only Bobby Fisher I knew was a famous chess player. So, Bobby, you lost this match. Doug Gwynn. Where is Doug? Doug, are you up there? Doug. Oh, we can't see you in that little bland shirt you have on. Come stand up here real fast so everybody can see your shirt. Let's see you. Stand up there right in front of everybody. Look at you. Doug shot a 68 today at the country club and won the dog fight. Good job. He's still off the board. John White. Sorry, John. Sean Vickery. I don't know where Tom is, but he's up there somewhere. Sean's off the board. Big Jake. Is Big Jake here? Don't want to piss him off, but he's off the board. Conlon Webb. Where is Aaron? Conlon. We kept him on there as long as we could, but he's off the board. Oh, Emily Hart. Emily, the Okies restaurant. We appreciate the Hart family, all they do. It's unbelievable. And they help support this whole cause, but Emily's off the front board. Josh and Nikki. Where's Nikki? Nikki was helping tonight. She's awesome, but she's off the board. Candy Pearson? Sorry, but you're off the board. Catfish 2. Every time we always said catfish, that meant one of the Woody boys. I don't know if it does this time or not. Mayor Warren Gooch. The mayor was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here. Mayor, if you're here, raise your hand. We appreciate all you're doing. Oak Ridge has got $18 billion of new capital projects announced under Warren Gooch's tutelage, and we certainly appreciate him leading us and doing all he does. But thank you, Mayor Gooch, but you're off the board. Tom Clary, Dr. Clary, not many people know this about Dr. Clary. Dr. Clary was the president of the board. Dr. Clary, when we did the Field of Dreams, it was hard raising money to buy the land because we had to buy the land from the private people that owned it next door to us. Tom Clary personally signed a guarantee for us to be able to do that. So but for Tom Clary, we wouldn't have been able to do a lot of the things we do. And Dr. Clary's one of my best friends, great guys. We love him, but he's off the board. Aaron Goodman's also another one of those, but he's a good man, but he's off the board. Light 2. I don't know. Light 2's off the board. M&J, where's M&J? M&J, they've been around forever, but they're off the board. The double A's. Sorry, double A's, you're off the board. I guess you're going to have to become a D battery. Logan Adcock. Logan, you're off the board. The Scarborough 85 Foundation, I'll shout out again for John Spratlin. I don't know where he is, but Scarborough 85 Foundation is such a great heritage for Oak Ridge, and we appreciate everybody does. I shouldn't just single out John, but Vanessa, everybody does a lot of work on it, and it's a wonderful thing. Matt and Jen Bowers. Sorry, Matt and Jen. Jeremy and Jack. They're off the board. June and Steve Gibbs. You're off the board. David Carr's another one of those. When I was president of the Boys and Girls Club back, I don't know when it was, late 80s, early 90s, somewhere in that time. Stan, you said you came in 92. Stan worked there for 10 years, and we worked a lot together and did a lot of good things for the club. Fought the volunteer football conference, did a lot of crazy things. David Carr was my treasurer. David Carr's a CPA in town. He does a lot for everybody. We love David, but he's off the board. How he got number one? How did he get number one, Mr. Hahn? I think you're going to have a lot of questions about that later. He's off the board. Larry Walker. Larry, you up there? Larry's another one of those longtime supporters. We appreciate him. Sheena Cole's off the board. Jonathan. That could be a whole lot of people. But number 102, Jonathan, y'all can all come up here and fight over it, but you're the 200th drawing winner. Is there any particular person named Jonathan here that had that ticket number 102? If not, your prize will be available to be picked up at a later date. John White, number 214, John White, you're out of here. Jack Schaefer, I sold this ticket to Schaefer. I hadn't seen Schaefer tonight. Is he here? Jack? I don't hear him, but if he were here, we probably would. So he must be out of here. He's off the board. Sam Etheridge. Etheridge is off the board. Okie staff. Let's all give a big hand to the Okie staff. It's unbelievable, all the good things they've done tonight and made this such a special event. And we just, once again, don't forget to throw a little extra money in that tip jar up there. Thank you, Okie staff, but you're off the board. David Clary. I don't know how many of you know David Clary, but you've heard of the prepradio.com. He's the voice of the Wildcats. He's the one who makes everything possible for people to watch the baseball games, the football games, the basketball games. When they're unable to attend, he runs the radio, runs the TV. And his right-hand man, Alex Meyer. Alex, if you'll stand up again. We had Alex speak earlier. Alex is, nobody can imagine that we got the second squarehead. I just didn't think we'd ever have one. But we love you, and we appreciate all you do for the club. But David's off the board. Ten Bank is, like I said, I talked about Tom Tuck earlier. We love Ten Bank. It's our local bank, and they do great things for the community, and unfortunately, they're off the board. David Gengosian. The Gengosian family is another one of those families been around Oak Ridge forever. Dr. Gengosian was a doctor out at the plant. And anyway, David's off the board. Zach Zolliger, part of that Zolliger family that we all love. Bill was president of the club. I remember when Stan and I were fighting with the volunteer football conference, Bill had helped write new rules, and they said that Zuligan wrote these rules. He fixed them. But anyway, Zach's off the board. Big Don. Where's Big Don? Big Don's not here, obviously, but we love Big Don. Kenton and Donna. Hey, Kenton. I think Kenton and Donna, they went from being the Timeout Deli, serving deli sandwiches and running that sandwich shop back in the 70s, to now being the most successful real estate people in town, or one of them anyway. And we appreciate all they do, but they're off the board. Karen Lott. Karen thought she would win a lot, but she didn't. She's off the board. Christy Eiler, the Eiler family that we love, the Eiler family, and Christy's off the board. Michael Ritter again. I mean, if I could tell a joke every time his name comes up, but I won't. Blondie. Hey, Blondie, you know who Blondie is? Miss Darnell, would you know who Blondie is? It happens to be your daughter. Sorry, she's off the board. Brian Callahan. Brian, you're off the board. Cheryl Ramsey Lambden. Cheryl Ramsey Lambden, you're off the board. Laura Butts. Laura Butts, we appreciate you, but you're off the board. Sammy McNeely. Where's Sammy McNeely? He was kneeling to pray to win this board, and he lost. Marvin Hatcher, once again, Marvin, you got to love Marvin. He takes care of a lot of people. We appreciate him, but he's off the board. Ken Krasinski. Ken Krasinski, he was another one of the board members for a long time. He was our city attorney for a long time. Ken's going through a little bit of health issues right now, so if everybody say a little extra prayer for him, we appreciate it, but he's off the board. Hey, is Gibby, are you still here? You got to call Ken, tell him his ticket got wrong. I'm going to tell him you drew it. Steve, uh-oh. That's not good. I heard a pop. If the sheriff's still here, I'd have him come up and tell a joke. So, there it is. We're back. Thank you. That's what you got to do. You got to step up and figure out how to solve the problem when the troubles come, and you did it once again. Thank you. Steve Pionki. Steve Pionki, sorry, you're off the board. Beth Rule Borger, sorry, you're off the board. You're not leaving, are you? It's bedtime. I tell you, it's bedtime for me too. Can I go? Hey, thank you for coming by. That's definitely the youngest. She was pregnant last year. Matthew's off the board. Jonathan's off the board. Lee Ramsey. So Mr. Hahn, is he still your pet? Lee Ramsey? He's one of Mr. Hahn's pets. He's off the board though. Bob Van Hook. Does anybody know who Bob Van Hook is? Bob Van Hook was one of the biggest supporters of the club when it first started, and we miss him, but he's off the board. Roy Wilson, you're off the board. Larry Hamrick, we used to call him Hambone. Hambone, he was the fastest thing. Mr. Hahn did, what they call him over at Lonsdale, that little white-headed rabbit? Yeah, Larry was fast, but they threw him out of the game so they could try to beat us, but we still beat him. Anyway, Larry's off the board. Carlos Houston. Sorry, Carlos. John Luttrell. I don't think John's here tonight, but John's a good fellow and we like him. Ronnie Wilson, you're off the board. Michelle Cook. Oh, goodness gracious, of all the people. Sorry, Michelle, we still love you. Mott McCamey Funeral Home. It used to be Martin Funeral Home. They're off the board. Lover Hammer. They better go home. Coach Stevens, raise your hand. He said you coached at Clinton. You did, but you coached at Oak Ridge too, and we appreciate you served. You've done a whole lot of things for us, and we appreciate you, but you're off the board. Tom Grizzard. I don't know if that's the Tom Grizzard that did the Sentinel articles forever or not, but if it is, he's off the board. Johnny number 1. I wonder if I'd rather see Johnny number 1 than Johnny number 2. Brian Powell. Sorry, Brian, you're off the board. Bob Van Hook. Once again, Bob was a big supporter of the club, but he's off the board. Pyle and Bernard are off the board. Maggie McNally. So Maggie McNally, Randy McNally's daughter is Maggie McNally. And we just appreciate all that Randy's done for the club over all the years. He's our lieutenant governor, and he's helped the club in a lot of ways. And his daughter Maggie does a lot of great things in Knoxville, but she's off the board. Don Eccles. Don, I'm sorry, but you're off the board. Dr. Barry's off the board again, but he keeps trying. Scarborough 85 Foundation. John, we're trying, but it still got a couple of chances probably. Derek Guy, we appreciate you. Look at him up there. Derek, we appreciate you. You're off the board. Leslie England. Leslie England's the president of Ten Bank. Leslie, I worked with her at Oak Ridge Utility District before she went to Ten Bank, and she's just a great lady. Her altar name is Jada Blade. So if y'all have ever gone out and watched a man play called Jada Blade, that's Leslie. Mott McCamey Funeral Home, once again, that's Lisa Mott and her husband. They're great people. They're off the board. Peyton Adkins, you're off the board. Don Eccles, sorry, Don. Marvin Hatcher, he did finally end up winning something. Marvin's not here, but he's the 250th drawing winner. We'll tell him if he wants to get his prize, he needs to get in touch with the club. Marvin will donate it back. Marshall, hey Marshall, you're off the board. Elizabeth Beard. She liked her name so much she said it twice. She's off the board. Mike Giles. Mike, sorry, you're off the board. Mark Palmer. Mark's another one of those buddies of mine that I grew up with, went to Elm Grove Elementary School with. He's a great guy, but he's off the board. Mike Ritter. You just can't say enough about Ritter. It's either good or bad. Both are probably correct. Josh Chandler, you're off the board. Broke girls are still broke. Two broke girls, they're both still broke. Rose DuPont. Sorry, Rose. Thing 3, that's kind of getting scary. I heard of Thing 1, Thing 2, never heard of Thing 3, but Thing 3's off the board. Dr. Barry's out of here again. Marvin Hatcher's out of here again. He did win a door prize. Thing 2, there's Thing 2. Thing 1, Thing 2, and Thing 3 are all here. They're all out of here. Mallory Avello. Sorry, Mallory. Randy and Moran Roy. Sorry. Linhart's another one of those I got to talk about for a minute. Linhart did a lot of things for the club over a lot of years. He, I don't know which Lynn it is. There's 3 Linharts. There's a Linhart, the grandfather, Linhart the father, and Linhart the son, who's now the father and the grandfather. But they own Okies, the Hart family does. They're one of the people that support Marcus Caldwell and all these people, and we appreciate all they do for having us, but he's off the board. Jimmy Hughes is off the board. Brian Callahan, they named a road after him, but he's off the board. Gerald Zachary, you're off the board. Gene Davis, hey Johnny B, Gene's off the board too. That's Johnny B's nephew, he's off the board. Dr. Barry's off of here again. David Carr's off of here again. Mark and Susan Sin are off the board again. There goes Tom Vickery. Sexton Automotive, there he is, the man, the world himself. Tom does everything for the Oak Ridge Boys Club, and we appreciate all he does. See ya. Caroline Smudio. Aaron, where are you? Caroline is one of the sweetest people I've ever met in her whole life. There we go. I had a special love for Caroline. She worked at our firm for a little while, and then she went off and became a stewardess with American Airlines, and then she met her dream man, married him, came back, and she's having grandkids for the Webb family, and we love her, but she's off the board. Laura Roberts. Sorry, Laura, but you're off the board. Jarrell Cook. Jarrell done so much for, most people call him Gerald. I call him Jarrell because that's how he spells it. But he's done so much for the club, it's unbelievable. People don't even know. He had Cook's Heating and Air forever, and he donated his time, his money, his everything. And Gerald, we appreciate all you do, but you're off the board. Tom and Ann Bratton. Tom and Ann Bratton are 2 of my best friends in the world. They own Downtown Hardware forever. I don't know if everybody knows the Clary family. They own Downtown Hardware, but they're off the board. Ryan registers. We're going to have to go get cash out of that register because it ain't coming from the raffle. Jason Clark, where are you, Jason? Look at him back there. I love Jason. He and I coach football together and basketball together and everything together, but he's off the board. John White. John White, I don't know where you are, but you're off the board. Keys and Melanie Philhauer, another two of those people that have done a lot for the Boys and Girls Club. They've been around forever, but they're off the board. Edwin Bowden. Edwin Bowden, you've done a lot too, but you're out of here. Big Cat. Where is Big Cat? Where's Lauren Dean? There's his mama. Sorry about that. Big Cat's off the board. Scarborough 85 Foundation, another one off. We need to hope they stay on there. Gary Johnson. Gary Johnson, we called him Big Money. What'd you call him, Mr. Hahn? Big Money? Gary Johnson? Magic. That's what it is. Magic. Yeah, that's right. Magic. Magic. He didn't have any magic tonight. He's off the board. Catfish 1. Catfish 1 to Catfish 2. You're both off the board. Charlie Hensley. City Councilman Charlie Hensley. I thought I saw Charlie earlier. There he is up there. Wave your hand, Charlie. We appreciate all you do, too. He's supposed to take me flying someday. He's invites you to go flying. It's kind of an intriguing invite. He has a single-engine plane that he does stunts with. You take off from a grass runway in Marlow, and you hope you clear the power line as you're taking off. Then when you come into land, you drop down in this little valley and stall the engine and hope you don't hit the treetops. But it's really safe, according to Charlie. I can't hear you, but I love you. You're off the board. Brad Linderman. Brad Linderman's going to have to get a loan. He didn't win the raffle. Eileen Shea. Eileen Shea. She's off the board. Scarborough 85 Foundation again. The only good thing about calling out their name is that everybody who wants to donate and help with the Scarborough 85 Foundation, we can always appreciate it, and it's going to a wonderful cause. Blue Mud. That's as clear as blue mud that they're off the board. We're down to 10 tickets? Okay, so this is an exciting part of the evening. Whoever's still on the board means that you've made it to the final 10 tickets. When we get to the final 10 tickets, we ask everybody to come up front that's still on the board. If everybody who's still on the board or who's representing somebody still on the board is here, then we would appreciate them coming up to the front. How many people do we have here that's still on the board? So we're down to the top 10, as I said, and right now we're trying to figure out who they are and how many of them are here or represented here. And then we'll try to figure out if they want to split. If they don't want to split, we'll keep drawing. It takes a unanimous decision. If not, we don't have a unanimous decision, then we keep drawing.
They won the prize. They won the prize for you. Yeah, the orange is the one that won the 50th prize. No, he's not. No.
Anybody that we don't know that we need to call?
She's 232. No, if somebody says they don't want to wait, it's fine. I mean, it keeps going.
Hey, Michelle, we got one that wants to keep going.
Oh, okay. So he said he don't want to wait. Okay. What number is
Okay, we've identified the top 10 people. We know that one of them does not want to split, and so we're going to continue drawing. Do we have the 10? Until this one particular individual agrees to split, we don't even need to ask anybody else, because if he doesn't agree, then we have to keep on going. Okay, so we found out that one of the 10 does not want to split, and therefore that means that we continue drawing because it takes a unanimous agreement to split. So we're going to keep drawing. What is it, Mr. Gibbons? Well, Jake Gibbons is the next one drawn, number 62. Is that your ticket? It doesn't matter because everybody doesn't agree to split, so we have to keep on going. So Jake Gibbons is off the board. Sorry, Jake Gibbons. Sorry, Jerry. Gary Mullins. Gary Mullins, another one of those supporters of the club forever, but Gary is off the board. The Latin Lover. Better go love somebody because he's not going to win the raffle. Tim Pickens. Tim Pickens got Slim Pickens. He's off the board. Danny Clancy. Danny Clancy, unbelievable. We're down to 5, so now we're going to regroup again and let people have a chance. Okay, we're down to 5. Kind of exciting. So I don't know. We know who they are. I guess we're going to have to take just a second. I'm going to have to call a couple of these people because I don't know if they have representatives here. Yeah, does anybody here represent Stephen Bradford? Okay, we're going to have to call Stephen Bradford. What about David Carr? Does anybody represent David Carr? Candy or Marty Goins? Oh, there she is, yeah. Okay, we're going to have to make a couple of calls. Everybody just be patient and we'll be with you quickly. Okay. We got 5 people left. We have one that is not yet agreed to split. So we will keep drawing until we draw his name out. Next number, Ralph Aaron. Mr. Aaron left here earlier. Ralph's one of the greatest guys we ever met. Belinda was his wife. He's got a new wife. She passed away, and they both are doing wonderfully, and we love him and appreciate him, but he's off the board. Stephen Bradford, back to the Bradford Exchange. He's off the board. Michael Ritter, Ritter's off the board. I sold that ticket, but it was no good tonight. David Carr. Oh. So who's the winner? Got to go to the next one, Michelle. We need to see the next one. The winner is Candy and Marty Goen. $10,000. Woo! Aren't you glad you didn't split? Wow, a $10,000 winner. That's exciting. Congratulations. You got to come up here. You got to come up here and let them get a picture of you. Alex, you got to get up there with him. We got to get Mr. Hahn up there. Alex, you got to get up. Aren't you glad you didn't get to split? All right, Mr. Hahn, we're going to have everybody come right here and get a picture with Mr. Hahn, the big winner. Down here. Over here. Candy, can you come over here? Tiffany, you can get in here too. Let him bring that chair with him. Okay, so traditionally, you can do whatever you want to, but we always ask if someone wants to donate some or all of it to the club, we would appreciate it. You don't have to. But I just bring that up to you. We have put a heck of a 92nd birthday party together for Mr. Hahn. Let's get him, just turn around and sit down right here. Sit. You can sit down right down. He's always trying to get on the stage. I know, and I tell you what, he's a ham if I've ever seen one. And he always likes a picture with a pretty lady. All right, once, as everybody knows, we draw. The bar's open until the last ticket is drawn. The last ticket has now been drawn. So the bar is now on a cash basis, or else it's closed. Which one is it? Cash basis. You can still buy drinks, but they're not free. As always, we appreciate everybody coming out.
Good evening, everyone. We want to let you know that Hayden Bright will be coming on stage here in just a few minutes, so please feel free to hang out and enjoy yourselves after the drawing. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. But we want to thank everybody for coming out. Hayden Bright's going to be here on the stage playing music. So if you want to stick around and have some fun for the rest of the evening, feel free. And once again, we thank Okies for doing all this for us, and we appreciate the staff. Marcus, you're doing a great job. Everybody appreciates it. They've really increased the efficiency and everything about it. Great work. Good night.
If we could just give it up for Mr. Jimmy Norman real quick, because it's not easy to stand up here and do that for 2 hours. It's Harold.
There's studs up here I gotta get off this.
Oh, I'll get it. It's 3, right?
Well, I got 5 that makes 8.